this world is pretty effed up on it for real. You know, we have Scranton police officers who are just doing terrible things. You know, there's actually a petition going around right now for Spruce Street to be named Spruce Street again and remove the Biden Expressway. You know why?
Because he lost.
Not because he lost, because he pardoned a judge, or he, definitely took the sentence of a judge who was convicted of taking money and putting kids in jail. Yeah, it was a whole juvenile scandal. Okay.
Yeah, like they were giving money to the federal government because they make money by having inmates and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
bad.
Biden had taken away a little bit of that guy's, sentence, and now he's a free man. And a lot of people are distraught about that.
Yeah.
I'm also a bit distraught at the fact that he pardoned his own son, Mr. Hunter Biden.
Wouldn't you do it?
I don't know, man. After time,
if you had that opportunity to free anybody, because that comes with being president, you could pardon people. You wouldn't do it to your your dearest person, or your loved ones. I know you would. Everybody would.
I don't know, buddy, because I mean, Hunter Biden, from what you see, from what he's done, he's not a good man. He's done some pretty horrific things.
But that's still.
But
his son.
doesn't it make you mad that if it were one of us, we'd be in there and we'd stay in there and no one would give a damn about us?
It doesn't make me mad because I don't look at it from like that point of view. Because now, as a father and having a son of my own, I feel like even if my son killed someone, I just morally I have to have my son's back. Now he didn't do it. You know what I mean? I'll be standing in that courtroom the whole trial just because that's my son. So for him to give his son a get out of jail free card, I'd have did the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, bro. I think that's where you and I see different.
Yeah, that's okay.
I wouldn't have. But yeah, there's a big petition going on for Spruce Street to be renamed Spruce Street instead of being the Biden Expressway. I signed a petition. Are you? I don't know. Are you signing? Are you signing, Michael?
I don't live here.
hey,
I can still sign it.
Yeah,
I'll sign it.
Yeah, Biden hasn't lived here neither. Yet his name's there. You know?
I thought he was from here,
bro. That's the word on the street, bro. That's the word.
Where is he from?
No, he's from here. Okay,
he's from the city of Scranton.
Listen, he was born here. Okay, as in I was born in New York, but I'm not from New York.
I get what you mean.
Copy.
Yeah.
And with that being said, everyone, welcome to episode 124 of the Middleman Podcast, featuring the man, the myth, the legend, Camo. Welcome to the show. Cheers. Thank you for being here.
The middleman, man, with my God, for a minute now.
You got the call from the middleman, bro. You got the call from the middleman. We did have a very special episode planned for you guys. We still have a very special episode planned for you guys in the future. Weather happened. Camo stepped in. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. You're also in town just for the week, and I'm very happy to have you here because from the short time that I've known you, your life has changed drastically. Okay.
Facts.
But there's a lot that I don't know about you. I don't know your past life, but what I do know is that you're from the Bronx, right? The Bronx?
Yeah.
You're from the Bronx. You're from New York. You're federal, but you still missed the block. Okay. So tell me a little bit about your past life. Tell me about who you were for the people who don't know you from when you were young. What was like for you growing up?
I would say, when you from the trenches, it's hard because there's a lot of crime going on and stuff around you. But I feel like what really kept me out of the trouble and stuff like that was definitely playing sports. That was my outlet to just let out all my anger out on the field, or just even to get peace of mind and not think about what's going on in everyday life. Because I was in foster care. I got taken away from my mom, so I had to deal with a lot of stuff as a kid and growing up fast. But I feel like New York City is already a place where you gotta kind of grow up fast. I was already living by myself by the age of 17. So you already know.
So you had mentioned that you were in foster care. How young were you when you were in foster care?
My mom had me at 16 years old, and like before that, I was I was born at 6 months. I wasn't even supposed to make it out the hospital. Like they
Oh,
was
so you were premature.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
They call me a miracle baby.
You are a miracle. Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I look like Miracle Whip too. uh, but yeah, man. So my mom, she really wasn't fit to take care of me. So I bounced around like from family house and stuff like that until like, you know, like ACS stepped in, and so I had a foster mother from like 1 to 5 years old, and then I had went back to live with my grandmother because they had fought like to get me back.
Mhm.
And then I lived with my mom again. Then I lived with my aunt, and then I lived by myself.
All that changing in life at such a young age, how has that affected you as a person?
Um, so as a person, I just feel like you grow up with no stability, no father in the picture. And then I lost my mom at 16 too, so no mom in the picture. And I found my wife, and I was able to create life with her. So yeah, it affected me, but it kind of made me who I am today.
Mhm.
And I'm just glad that I could still say I have a family because I created my own family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You
Yeah.
you need that family value because you were so you were like you were missing it growing up essentially, and I bet family is like one of the key things that you hold the most. So you went to foster care, you 16 and then 17 you're living on your own in New York?
In New York, I was renting a room out of my man's house. Like his mom had a room. I think it was like $700, and I got emancipated. So according to New York State, I was like considered like my own person. Like ain't nobody. I'm my own guardian at 16 years old.
Mhm.
So they used to send me a check. So it was like, I think the check was 1,400. So I had to pay 700 in rent, and then I had 700 for myself for the month. And I think I made it work
How does that work? I didn't know that they give you a check for that. Why did they give you a check for that?
for living. Like,
Yeah?
yeah, if you on your own, they gotta,
As a minor, they have to kind of help and
they
support
gotta
you.
help you out, and they help you out till 21. But I was 21 in college when that shit stopped. Motherfucker, I was hungry as a bitch.
So you went to college. I didn't know you went to college. What'd you go to college for?
Physical education actually, but
Okay.
like my mom had passed away, and like I went to college for the wrong reasons. I was the girls
Yeah, yeah.
partying, and then like depression hit after you fail some classes. So I just went back home, and then uh COVID happened, and I was staying at my grandmother's house, and my grandmother, I love her to death, but
Well,
she she's the type of woman that like if you staying in her house, she's going through all your stuff, like she's checking drawers. And at the time I was smoking weed, and she had found like just like a little nug or something, like a crumb. And I remember coming home, and it was like right on my dresser, but it didn't make sense. It didn't register to me because I'm like, there's no way I put this here. Like, what the hell? Like, so I was like, what is this? And she started going crazy on me, and ended up kicking me out. And then I was like, all right, I was sharing a room with my boy because his mom had like when I left to college, she found somebody else to take the room. So I didn't have nowhere to go. My boy's like, yo, you my brother, you can always come here. And yeah, I just
so then I know at one point you started to make music, correct?
yeah,
Where did that musical inclination come
that
from,
was
man?
right there, right in that instance when
Yeah.
I went to my boy's house. Uh, we was together every day, and this is like 2016 prime Uzi. Like music was really like
That's a great year.
popping.
That's a
Like
great year.
you got Playboy Cardi, you got freaking I spy with my little eye. Like, bro, that year, like 2016 was
Yeah.
You had 6ix9ine going crazy. Like, it was like, yo, bro, I think I could really do this, bro. And like we'll play around. And like I wasn't gonna like pursue it and say like I wanna be like the most like Drake caliber, but I could see like revenue from it. But then after seeing like all like the rappers like just getting killed for absolutely just because they're who they are. It's not because they're gangbanging. It's not because they got beef. It's like you're in the wrong place and I want your watch or your chain. I'm gonna kill you for it and I might get some street cred because you got a good name for yourself. You know, I'm like I don't want to deal with security every fucking day and I can't go to fucking store to buy some. So I still love music to this day. I still make music to this day, but it's not something that I want to pursue in that like matter.
Yeah, it's just something that it's a form of expression for you, if you would, right?
Yeah.
So you still make music today? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Can you do me one quick solid? I'm sorry. That microphone just keeps bobbing, bro. Just sturdy it. Just grab it and make it stop moving. That's it. You're good. That's it. It was just moving the whole time, and I'm staring at it.
It's probably me because like I'm like one of those people rocking? Like I'll rock a little bit. My bad.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So what brought you to Pennsylvania? You know, ultimately, what brought you up to Pennsylvania?
That's a crazy story.
Why did you end up in Pennsylvania, and where was the first place that you were in at?
So boom, I got kicked out of my grandma's house. I was living in my boy's house. I'm just straight out of college, jobless. I'm doing Uber Eats and DoorDash on a bicycle. In New York City, most of these people be driving the mopeds illegally.
Yeah.
So they doing 5, 6, or they like, bro, I'm like, bro, I'm getting so discouraged every day just seeing, or some of them got the the electric bike where you could just, bro, what? Bro,
you're like Bad Bunny on that album cover, riding a bike.
Yeah, I tell you, my calf muscles still reflect on all that bike riding and stuff. But getting to PA, so I was doing that. I'm like, bro, this is not it. Like, I don't know what I want to do. And I was on Tinder one day, and I'm swiping, and I was.
Here we go.
You ever got on like Tinder and like just out of boredom, just like fuck it, let me just swipe, just to see who likes you, and if you don't fuck with them, you'll unmatch it. Like, have you ever done that?
Yeah, of course. My success rate isn't high, but yeah, I've done it. Of course, yeah.
All right. So I was doing that, and I matched a girl, and she hit me up right away, and I wasn't like super duper like attracted to her. She was okay. She was good looking.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Scale
like
1 to 10.
Sound 7.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, my fault. I moved to Virginia. It's like some people consider it down south. So right now, when I said 7, I said Sam. So I see my lingo starting.
I don't
to
know. That
change
sounds
a
like
little.
salmon to me. I don't hear 7 when you said that at all. But
Sam Malone.
Okay, sure.
She like a 7.
Okay. So she texted you.
She's like, "Hi." I'm like, "Hi.
Howdy.
What you doing?"
Uh-huh.
I was on Indeed. And so she's like, "Word, I'm looking for jobs too. I'm actually doing this application." I'm like, "Oh, word. Where you trying to work?" She's like, "It's actually this place in Pennsylvania where they actually allow you to live there. Like they have like dorms for employees. So if you get the job, you got a house." So I always wanted to leave New York City because every time I went upstate, every time I went to Florida, New York City, after a while, for some people, for me, it was just too much. I'm tired of dealing with all the traffic. Like, I want to drive. I don't want to hit my brakes. I don't want to have to change my brakes every 2 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that sounds like cool. Like, you can send me the link to that?
Mm-hmm.
I applied 2 days after her. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going out there. I got an interview." The next day, she's like, "I got an interview." She's like, "Yeah, I'm going out there tomorrow." She got the job. So I'm like, "Oh, you got the room?" Yo, they hit me back for an interview. "Can I stay with you?" She's like, yeah, take the $20 bus. Bro, I don't know this girl from a can of worms. I swear. Take the $20 bus.
A C-Pow van.
She picked me up from Tannersville, exit 299. Took me all the way to Skytop. So it was Skytop Lodge. That's who offers, like, you could work and you could also live there. You know, it was like a little escape. Start a whole new, fresh, you know.
And you are 18, 19 at this time?
I was 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah, I just turned 20.
So, okay. So it brought you up to Skytop. Now here you are. You're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Did you ever go on a date with this Cinder girl, or like did
So
anything ever come out of that?
So she started working like 5 days before me. So she started telling everybody at the job, "Oh, my boyfriend is coming to work here."
Yikes!
But like, okay, like we did sex and stuff. Like we were like, of course we sexed. We met on Tinder.
Yeah.
And shit. But like we never established that was my girlfriend, and I don't think I would have ever made nobody my girlfriend that fast. So it was kind of like I got there and like I was getting turned off because like everybody's coming up to me like, "How long you guys been together? That's so cute. You moved here from New York for her." Like I was like, "Bro, what is she telling these people?"
Together. Wait, she came from New York too, correct?
Yeah, so she's like one of those Poconos people that like she was born in New York and like raised there till she was 5 and then moved to the Poconos and went to school there. And then she had a fight with her mom. So she was like staying at her auntie's house.
Gotcha.
And then she was on Tinder with a 5 mile, because I don't go over a 5 mile radius. So she was right there. And I was like, all right. So I felt like it was fate.
All right. So you get to Skytop, you're there, you know, continue with the story. So she's like, you know, kind of saying that you're boyfriend and girlfriend now, and
so I just started
job.
I started getting turned off, and there were more attractive girls that worked there. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not. Like, you could have just been low key. We could have been smashing. It could have been cool, and then you could have just felt it out. But like, you telling all these fine ass girls that, you know, like, nah, I'm not your man.
So you're here in Pennsylvania, right? And what was your take about the Pennsylvania people? You know, some of your first initial friends when you got up here. You know, do you still keep in contact with them now?
So I got 2 friends that I've been friends with since 3rd grade. Those are my 2 best bros. Like, I swear, like, it's crazy. So much shit we done been through, and yeah, I've been knowing them since 3rd grade. But when it comes to Pennsylvania, I'm not just gonna say Pennsylvania because there's all aspects. You got Philly, you got Pittsburgh, and you got over here. I feel like the Poconos and Stroudsburg, you could kind of fit it in with like the tri-state area, like New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, because
I can see that
a lot of people in this area, besides the original people, are from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And even if like somebody like you say, "Oh, I'm not from there," they might have been born there, or the people who raised them are from those areas. So I would say it was nice to have the woodsy outdoors, but then it's also nice that I still have people I could relate to, because I was thinking I was gonna be like in Bumblefuck, like only white people, and like, you know, I was a little scared of me adjusting, but everything was fine. And white, black, Spanish, I could talk to anybody. I fit in with anybody. That's why they call me Camo, because I camouflage with everybody I'm with.
Is that so? Let's talk about the originality of that nickname. Is that really the reason why you got that
so I have vitiligo. So right now, you see me, I'm mostly white, but I was like a little bit darker than you. And over time, you know, the white spots had came, and one of my football coaches was like, "Yo, you know what? Like, not for nothing, man. Like, not to say nothing mean or nothing, but like, yo, your skin is like kind of cool. Like, it reminds me of a camouflage." And there was one time that they had sent me on a blitz package, and I was hiding like behind my linebacker, and I had got the sack, and my coach was just like, Yeah, his name is Camo now. And it kind
Camo.
of like went from there.
Yeah, man, that's really dope. So, did you develop this skin condition as you were growing up? It's not something you were born with, correct?
Yeah, ninth grade it happened.
And
It's the same thing that Michael Jackson had. But the difference between me and Michael Jackson is he was like, all right, I'm on the uprise with my music. I look kind of weird having two different skin colors. Let me just bleach myself. Then he said, all right, I'm this white. Might as well get a perm so the hair could match the skin.
Mm-hmm.
He said, nah, my nose too fat. Let me get a nose job. See, I ain't doing all that. I keep all my features, and it is what it is.
I'm sure that there
But
was.
you about to say some funny shit?
I know that. I'm sure that there were some insecurities that you had to deal with there. How did you overcome those battles or anything like that? Because your body just starts changing.
Yeah,
no
at
reason
first,
why.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, it was hard. Like I'm tatted all on my arms.
Yeah.
My first tattoo, I really got. Like, it was my mom's name. I always wanted to do that, but I really got it and hurried up and got it. I got it at 16 because it first started happening in my arms. So I tried to cover it up.
Gotcha.
I remember it was happening in my arms, and it's like midsummer, and I got a long sleeve on, and my boy's like, "You not hot, bro?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro. I got pit stains. I'm sweating." I'm like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then over time, you just kind of accepted
Oh, but
it.
over time, I thought I wasn't gonna get no girls, nothing. But then the girls is just like, "Oh my God, your skin is so beautiful." I'm like, "Oh, what?" All right. So I started embracing it,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I hear that. We got Mario in the room, the first Middleman Podcast Hall of Famer here. He grabbed the mic, eager to say something. So what do you got, buddy?
Eager.
I was just saying, there's a lot of differences between you and Michael Jackson. I don't think it was just him going off with music and you not. Trust me.
Me and Michael Jackson, actually, I could really dance. That's a secret talent, but I'm not gonna show y'all that today.
Sure, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, as a Hall of Famer from, I know goats. I'm one myself. You're not it, buddy. You're not it. But continue this lovely story about your alopecia. I mean, vitiligo.
I have alopecia, not Camo. All right. So as we were. So you're in Skytop, and then somehow, some way, you kind of got into. We have a crew, we have a squad, we got a bunch of homies, we have a handshake. For the culture, we might as well do it. So how did you end up being a part of this fiasco, man? I'm like, Camo just popped up one day, and I was like, nah, he's pretty cool. He's a great guy.
So y'all went to Pocono Mountain West.
Correct.
So Skytop kind of is a place where people from West, East, Stroudsburg, even Wallen Pompack all work. So it was like a little mix. So I got a taste of what the mountain was about. And the first person from y'all school that I met was actually Corey Bywater.
Oh, the big baby Bywater.
Yeah. I thought he was all right. He wasn't too bad. And then I had met Brandon.
Mr. Marshall.
I had met Brandon Marshall. He was a lifeguard there. But he only lasted like 2 weeks. But I thought he was cool. Like, I think I smoked with him or something. But he only lasted like 2 weeks. And then Joe came and worked there. Joe was working there for a minute. I got cool with him. Joe used to come and smoke like backwoods and shit. He's like, "Yo, you want to come smoke in the car?" But like, I never knew about the group. Then Joe had changed jobs. I don't know what happened with him. Then fucking, I think Scotty and Ant had started working. No, Scotty, Ant, and then B Marsh had came back with them.
This is the whole crew, by the way, and I'm pretty I'm pretty confident they're watching this one. I'm sure they don't watch a lot of them, but you guys are watching this one. So tune in on a weekly basis, gentlemen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, bro, support the bro gang.
Exactly, man. Because unfortunately, I feel like I'm on the outskirts of the crew now. If I'm being real, if I'm being honest, and that's okay. I ended up moving. I left because I wanted to leave and I wanted to expand, and I felt like it was my time to go a little bit. It's all love for them, always has been and always will be.
Especially as an adult, it's evolution. You got to go on. Sometimes you got to leave your childhood friends for a little bit. Not to say like y'all not cool no more or nothing like that, but like you just grow apart. But I don't really think that's really the case, especially when it comes to the podcast. It's just a weird thing in like life or the nature of life. Like when you have a business or like say I was to start being a barber, right?
Okay.
And I'd be like, yo, Kev, let me give you a cut.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely your own friends will be like, hell no, you ain't touching me. Like they're not gonna support you from the bottom. But I guarantee you, this podcast jump off and you doing some shit with Joe Rogan or some shit, they're like, yo, your phone, all the bros, you like missed calls from everybody. And it's just weird that life gotta be like that sometimes. But I feel like I wouldn't say that about the whole group.
No.
I feel like there's certain people that, they do distance your stuff from you. But there's some people in the group that, I feel like it's always gonna be like that. Like
It's a part of growing
know?
up. You probably only have one or two friends who you are really friends with in the entirety of your life, from high school. I got this man, Mario, right here, and I will shout out Mr. Smith, Mark Smith. I always say those are my aces. Those are my two. Those are the guys who I've known for a very long time who I see being there for my entire life. Now, same goes with Mark. Like, I don't talk to him on a day-to-day basis, but I do know that if I call him, and if he misses my call, he will call me back, and that's important. That's really good, and I respect him for that. Mario, on the other hand, you call him and he's not going to call you back. That's just how he is. Go ahead. If you do want to say something.
Hey.
You know where I live, man. like we only 4 minutes away from each other.
He's a college athlete right now, so you know how that goes.
You know where I live, man. Yeah, okay.
I'm busy, man, but I still pop out. I'm coming today to
But in the club, we all fam.
So, you're doing Skytop for a while. You start hanging out with us. We started getting into flag football. I honestly think that's where I met you, was probably in flag football.
Yeah, that's where we met.
The XFFL.
Yeah.
And, that was a blast. It was a great time, man. What I will say about you is that you are authentic through and through. And you're one of those guys that will, if I call you or you call me, you're one of those people that knows that the phone works both ways.
Yeah.
And I will say that, and I have much respect for you for that. So then, we do the XFFL. We go through flag football. We're having a great time. And then from the short time I've known you, like I said, your life changed drastically in like a matter of weeks that became months. And dude, within a year, like a lot has changed, So, from the outside looking in, like I was like, all right, this guy's an athlete. He's pretty cool. Then, you're not your wife at that time, but your wife now starts coming around. You're like, oh, this is my wife. This is Jen, and it's cool. It's very nice. And then you do something crazy, bro. You do something, you chase the love, and you really go out there and you experience a form of love that you only see in movies, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
Talk me through meeting your wife and, how that has changed you as a person, how impactful she is to you. And, just tell your story and let's hear your love story, man. Make us cry.
I'm about to go 2 for 2 right now. So I got to PA because of Tinder. Then I was on Tinder again and I met my wife. But I would say when I was on Tinder, I wasn't looking for like love. Like my bio was like hopeless romantic. It was like I'm That's so crazy.
I hear hopeless romantic is a really good way.
Hold on, I'm getting hot. I can take this off.
Go ahead, bro. If you're getting high, I've heard on the radio that they were doing a poll, and I'm not even lying. I'm being so dead ass that when people do see hopeless romantic in someone's bio for some reason, it is impactful. It's something that women do adore and that they do love. I don't even know what it means to be a hopeless romantic. What does that even mean?
It's just like, you live for the romance, but you just hopeless because you had nothing but bad luck.
Okay.
But I didn't finish my bio because Abby made me laugh.
So continue. Hopeless romantic.
Yeah. It was hopeless romantic, and
Pull it a little bit closer.
It said,
yep.
I ran out of lighter fluid on here looking for matches. So that was a little, a little line.
Okay, bars, bars.
But so basically, I was just looking for fun, and so was she. But like, we hooked up. It was cool. It was really good. But then, like, after you just laying there, and like we really get to talking, and I don't know, like after chilling a couple times, like I never like. Nobody, not even a fucking therapist, has opened me up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the same thing for her. Like, she was pouring out so much shit that she told me she ain't never tell nobody in her life. So it was just like, it really happened really fast. Like, we really fell for each other real fast. And I would say, like, I never had a female want me. Because, like, the typical female wants you to, like, chase them, and I was never interested in that. Every time like you making me chase too much, okay, there's another fish in the sea. Like, and like when the energy was actually reciprocated,
yeah,
and like this girl, like I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to her right now. Like I'm getting double text. It wasn't like too crazy. It wasn't like triple, quadruple text, but it was like, oh, she cared.
It was enough.
About me.
Yeah, it was enough.
She cared about me. And over time, we just vibed, and then she had a son of her own. I met him. And then when you fall in love with the kid too, it's like you all in, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my son now. Like he not even my stepson. That's my son. Like he called me dad. So yeah, that's really how that happened. And then we found out she was pregnant. I proposed at the gender reveal. I'm like,
dude, like how many like months are we talking here? Like, give me a timeline here.
So it was quick.
Mr. Hopeless Romantic.
She got pregnant after what? Like, I think 8 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, everything happened quick. And shortly after that, we went to Vegas and we got married.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
what inspired that? That is
I didn't want to have a baby out of wedlock, and we was already engaged. So I had some extra money. I think it was tax season or something.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yo, you wanna go to Las Vegas? Fuck it. Like when people are like, cause we was like, we don't care who go to our wedding, like it's about me and you. Like you wanna just go, don't tell nobody about it, and just take mad pictures and post it on Instagram. Everybody like, what the fuck? Y'all just got married? Yeah, so that's what I did. It was pretty funny.
It's very unique, bro. That's that's quite the experience there. You know,
I love my life though. It's good.
How has your life improved since she's been in it?
I would say emotionally very good, because now I have, she's my backbone. So, I'm able to talk to her. She's my best friend too. Like we talk about everything and anything that comes to mind, and yeah. And she's Dominican, so she cook real good. You see the little stomach. I wouldn't say that's an improvement, but I'm healthy.
Father Prime, man.
Yeah.
Father Prime. You have a lot of tattoos here, and one of the ones that's probably most significant to you is the 222. And, you've been repping that for a long time, man. Where did that come about? Why is it so significant to you? Show the people the tattoo right there. I see it.
It's right here. The Tom
222.
222.
Was that like maybe your second tattoo? When did you get that?
So that I don't even know. I got so much tattoos. I don't know what number is what. But I would say when my mom passed away, it was before like the angel numbers started even getting popping on like Instagram and all that shit. Like I had this before all y'all had y'all 222, 555, all that. Like I been did this.
570.
But when my mom passed away, I start like it was just so weird. Like I just see it every day, and I looked it up what it meant, and it was just like basically along the lines of just keep on doing the right thing, keep on doing what you have to do, and you're gonna see progression. You're gonna, get everything that you're destined to get. So it really stuck with me. It resonated with me. And being an athlete playing flag football, why not get 222 camo? It just go.
Do you feel like that was a sign from someone or something? You said you saw it time and time and time.
Yeah, I
again.
said ever since my mom died, so it must be her.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it must be her. I'm not sure, but that's what I just took it as. That's
No,
what
that
I
means a
felt.
lot, bro. That does mean a lot, bro. And I'm glad that you picked that up, and because when people pass, you want to have a way to believe that they're still here with us, whether it be that blade of grass that's telling you to get up because it's itchy on your back, it's someone telling you to go, and yeah, the 222, bro. I know that's very significant to you, and that means a lot to you, man. So you got married, right? You come back, and now you're just living life as an adult, with a child on the way. And within 8 months, 8, and then how many does it take to make a child? 9, correct?
Yeah.
So about a year and some change, you become a father.
Yeah.
Okay. And, your mindset changed drastically, right? What were some of the things that changed for you, man? Because
just like
I respect you. I respect your hustle. I respect the turnaround of your way of life. I really do. So,
So it's just thinking about being a provider and trying to leave assets and also trying to live a cool, fun life. So remember for like 4 months, I moved out of my apartment and we moved into the RV.
Yes, yeah, you did. Yeah, you lived the
Because,
RV life, man. That was very unique. That was fun.
Yeah, that was cool. I'll do it again in a heartbeat. So I sold a lot of stuff. I saved up a lot, and I had bought the RV, and that was cool. Like the little parks, it was cool. And our plan originally was to, drive around the city, but I was having problems finding a job remotely.
Okay.
Because I was gonna have the Starlink.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
It's
like the Wi-Fi, but like you get Wi-Fi anywhere.
Elon Musk, yeah.
Yeah, like fucking Arizona desert, you getting 4 bars. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I didn't really get the job, to fund everything. Even though that lifestyle I really recommend it. It's fun, it's cool, it's chill, and I had two bathrooms in my RV. I didn't even have that in my apartment. Like it was, I really liked it. It was really cool.
I enjoyed it. I've been to the RV park, and it was really cool. It was a good time.
Good vibes, campfires every night, cooking on the Blackstone. Yeah.
What's your take on life, bro? Let me ask you that. What's your take on life? What's your outlook on life? What do you want from life?
Mahatma Gandhi said it best. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. And I got that tatted on me as well. And I feel like, yeah, it's best to live like that,
When did you hear that?
6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah, and I stuck with me
What were you
forever.
going through at that time in 6th grade that made it resonate to you so much?
6th grade. It's just my whole life. I always felt like odds was against me, so I always knew like I gotta make it out the slums. I gotta do something. My family, none of them graduated college. They all went to jail. We all been in the foster. I gotta crack the code. Like I gotta do something different. I gotta be different. Like so I got different tattoo right here. Like. Yeah, bro, that's what it was. Like, I'm not following. I'm learning lessons from y'all mistakes. That's how I looked at my family. Like, I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm never smoking cigarettes. Sorry, I did start smoking weed though and drinking, but fuck it.
Hey, I think we all.
At least it wasn't a Newport. I never picked up a Newport. Except one time when I was drunk.
We all have that one drunk bogey, if you know what I mean. At this point in the conversation, I want to break away and get into tea time real quick. So let's get into the tea time session. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. So let's go ahead and crack open these Arizona's iced tea. You requested watermelon. I'm doing my casual black and white iced tea here. And cheers to Arizona and cheers to tea time.
If you know anything about Arizona, this bus with a bacon, egg, and cheese. I swear to God.
He's South, but he still says bacon, egg, and cheese like a New Yorker. Way to go. Way to go.
Hey, I only been in Virginia for like a little over a year now.
So, Camo, I don't think I told you about tea time. I don't think I told you what goes on during tea time, but there's questions within this pot, okay?
Oh, I did
And
not know
they
that.
are from previous guests. They're from peers. They're from myself. They're from Michael. And basically, we just pick a question and we see what comes up. It could be something extremely serious or it could be something extremely
Goofy.
silly.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you pick the question. If you could pass me the paper because my handwriting is disgusting, as you know.
Hold on, I want to see if I could read it though.
All right. You could go ahead and read it. Just pick one paper and see what we got here. What is the question? Camo, welcome to Tea Time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by.
Nah, yeah, you really right, like dog shit. But this was not even you. This was Twin
Gambit.
Yeah,
Gambit.
He wrote this.
Twin Gambit, or put the question in. I wrote it.
Oh, okay.
You know, but the question is, it's a long question. Okay. Ooh, okay. So the question of the day is, would you rather have telepathy of all people or telepath of all people within a 15-mile radius, but you can't turn it off? Or anybody you talk to will always be influenced to do what you hope happens? That's a question. It's like a superpower question.
That's easy. I want a headache all day? Like you can't turn it off, so I'm just hearing your thoughts.
Anybody you talk to will always be influenced to do what you hope happens.
So they'll do whatever I want because I want what I hope. Yeah,
Mhm.
I want that. Yeah.
So that's the answer there, okay? And I think I'm going to side with you on that. Michael or Mario, do you have a take on this? Would you rather have telepathy of people 15-minute radius, but you can't turn it off?
I'll take the 15-mile radius because I feel like I can like do more with that if I just like train myself to like not necessarily turn it off, but be able to tune it down to where I know.
think you just wanted to be opposing, and that's not true.
No, just imagine like I'll be the best like thief. I'll be the best like situation.
Thief? You want to be the best thief?
Yes,
What?
because like I can rob a bank and I'll hear everything. I'll hear what the cops are saying outside.
You know
I'll
this is
hear-
going on YouTube, right?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. I think the other one, I feel like that power comes with a lot of responsibility. Because if you think about it, anytime you get angry and accidentally say something, or God forbid you get drunk and you say something, like your words are literal. So you just be like, bro, go kill yourself. Or something like that.
Oh, damn.
You never know. You never know. You never know.
Shit, fuck it.
You never
You did what I said. I'm king.
Although, I will say, sorry, Michael, real quick. I will say that I do think I'm a people watcher. I love to people watch, and you always wonder what the hell people are freaking thinking about.
Are you on the neighborhood watch?
No, I'm not on the neighborhood watch. What's so funny about, bro? I've gone to a coffee shop, right?
And watched people?
I've gone
Nah.
to. I'm not even bullshitting you guys here. I've gone to a coffee shop. I've sat in the nook and I've like read a book, but within reading the book, you hear a conversation around you, and you hear some shit, bro. You really do. It's like, whoa, hold up. I'm not eavesdropping, brother. If they're talking loud enough for me to hear it, am I eavesdropping?
He's not eavesdropping. He's ear hustling.
All right. Michael, I'm sorry. What do you have to say, Michael? What you would say, like, let's say whoever you speak to, if you were to put a thought in their head, they would hope that they would get it done. It would happen, you know, so. Yep. Be like, I hope you buy me a pizza.
I hope Mr. Beast selects me on his next episode. I swear to God.
Okay. And that was Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. We're only going to do one question today because there's still a lot more that we can get through here. So cheers to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. So you're living out here, right? You're living out here. You're living in Scranton, and you have a baby on the way, and your son is born, and so you decide to join the Navy. You decide to join a military branch. Why?
I always told myself I was always like interested in the military, but fresh out of high school, I decided to go to college, try it out, and then when I came back, I actually had met up with a recruiter because when my grandma had kicked me out before I went to Skytop, I was considered to join the army, but I was just fresh from college. So I was smoking too much weed. I'm like, I'm young. I still got some time. So I always told myself in my head, like, by the time I turn 25, if I'm not in a career that I want, I'm going to give the military a try, you know, and having a kid with the benefits for your family that you could provide, being married. There's something called BAH. So when you're married, you get basic housing allowance.
Okay.
So you don't have to live like if it was on the ship or in the barracks. Like they give you enough money to go out in town and get your own apartment. And I was like, why not? And maybe I'll do 20 years or maybe I'll just finish my contract and you know, use it as a stepping stone, have, you know, the US military on my background. I have a secret security clearance,
Mhm.
you know.
And so why the Navy out of all the branches?
The Navy travels the most.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
they
wanted
tr-
to see the world.
yeah, that's very interesting. Like, why not?
Uh-huh.
And then they go to the cooler ports. Like we hit ports, like we hit Spain and all that. Like you don't really hear about the army being in Spain. Motherfuckers is going to the Middle East and in the desert and
Yeah.
shit. Like I ain't with all that shit.
So you go to basic training, right? When you were enlisting, going to basic training, talk to me about your emotions, your thoughts. You're leaving your wife, you're leaving your children. You know, how did you mentally prepare? Did you break down? You know, talk us through that.
Well, like signing up, I wasn't really like scared or nothing. Physically, my recruiter already told me they was just like you physically fit. Out of all the branches, I would say like Navy and Air Force, like when it comes to basic training, that shit is cake.
Mm.
Like for me, the people who failed out, hey, to each his own, but it's too easy. Like it's like you really have to want to quit to quit. Like I feel like anybody could get through it. So um that aspect was easy. It was really the family aspect, just missing them. My son was just born. He was so little. Uh and while you in there, you're going through a lot of mental. It's kind of like being in prison, but it's worse than prison because in prison, if somebody disrespect you, you could fight back. You could,
Yeah.
you can't do this when So in the Navy, it's called your RDCs instead of like a drill sergeant.
Uh-huh.
But your RDCs, like they'll straight up call you like, "Why are you acting like a little bitch? Like, get the fuck up!" Like they'll talk real down to you, but it's meant to do that. It's meant to break you down and build you back up as a sailor. But ain't none of that shit got to me. Like this shit was easy.
You know what's very interesting is I have the letter that you and I
Oh shit!
that you and I had because I had wrote to you and I figured
Yeah.
I'd pull it out here for the podcast.
That's crazy.
So here is the letter that Camo had written back to me after I had wrote to him. And unfortunately, I only wrote to you once.
Nah, that was enough though, man. Some of my friends didn't even write to me. I was real mad about that. So at least you reached out and showed that like you had some type of care, you know.
Well, even before you left, you know, I had given you
Gave me
a coin.
Yeah.
I had given you a coin, bro.
Sailor's Creek. I still got it to this day.
That means a lot, bro. And I know you were super appreciative of that. And, you know, I felt the love when I had given you that. You're like, bro, I wasn't expecting this. And I thank you very much for that, bro.
That was real cool.
So, real quick here.
And the crazy thing is, I'm not sure if you knew, but in the Navy, like having coins is like, that's like our little like collectible item, like from either like different duty stations or You get awarded for like good conduct. So it was like I already had something in my arsenal before I could even start. So it was cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, I got you, bro. I got you. I know how important that was, man. The Sailor's Creed, which we will ask you what it is in a few minutes here. So this is our letter.
Hey, I had a beer, so we not gonna do that.
This is a letter here. Fun fact: his son called me Kevy. So it goes, Deary Kevy. Deary Kevy, thank you for writing me. First off, secondly, your handwriting needs some improvement. LOL. And
I said that?
yes, because I remember writing saying like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. This is chicken scratch. I know. I hope you can read this, so on and so forth. And you proceeded to say, life is like jail, but way more intense. I'm the master at arms of my division, so I got to keep everyone in check. I'll get a rank up after graduation. My rate is pack, fireman, engineer, program. Best activity was a swimming assignment. Worst activity, being on a knee for 45 minutes as a punishment. Hairline, non-existent. LOL. Only one barber can fade. I got her the second time by luck. The other barbers are ass as fuck. Respectfully.
No, don't go to the Dragon Lady if you ever go to boot camp.
The Dragon Lady.
She's been there for like 40 years.
She got a tattoo of a dragon? Or?
No, so she's an Asian lady, but she wears this, like her hair is just like shaped in a dragon, I guess.
Unique.
And she's been that was her nickname when I got there. It's been a Navy thing. Like everybody Navy-wide knows who the Dragon Lady is.
Don't go to the Dragon
Don't
Lady.
go to the Dragon Lady.
I think I had asked you if you had fought with anyone, and you said haven't fought, but almost got there a couple times. You get set back in training if you do, and then you had said this guy blank smells bad as fuck. He smells bad as fuck. You said it twice. You said it twice. Sailor's Creed is something every sailor needs to know. It's like our oath. Love you, bro. See you soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was talking about the dude next to me smelled like shit. So he used to fart every day, and I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is that smell? And he'll be like looking around, and eventually he farted in his sleep. And you know, it's weird to say, but I feel like everybody has their own like scent. And like after a while being
Very
next
accurate.
to somebody, like, like if I fart in my car, my son would be like, Dad, that was you? Like he already know what's up, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, so I already figured out that this motherfucker stink, and it was him. And it was the same dude that his dad was a SEAL.
Oh,
A retired SEAL. So he had a lot to live up to. But I feel like since his dad was a SEAL, he was brought up by his mom mainly because, you know, as a SEAL, you're never really home.
Correct.
95% of SEALs get divorces. That's just a fact in the Navy.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. Don't become a SEAL if you want marriage.
And 75% of nukes try to commit suicide in the Navy.
I'm sorry, 75% of nukes?
Yeah, like you work with the nuclear reactors.
Ouch.
And stuff like that. Like, yeah, but you have to be super smart to get into shit like that. But back to this dude, I guess he was trying to live up to his dad or whatever. And we will be like, sometimes we will be in push-up position for like 15 minutes. And then they'll be like, okay, now start or whatever. And then he will be like shaking and he'd be like, I love you, Dad. This is for you, Dad. And like after a while, I'm just like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, get the fuck away from me with that bullshit. Cause I'm in the mindset like, I'm not about to let these RDCs punk me. Like, I know who I am mentally. This shit is easy. This is just a short period I gotta get through.
Yeah.
Well, half of these people is just acting like this the end of the world. We finna die. Like, it's like, I done seen so many people give up and say I can't. But like, if you there sitting in push-up position, physically, like your body would give up on you if it's time to give up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you putting your knee on the deck, which is the ground, that means you gave up. The way your body gives up, your face is gonna fucking hit the ground. That's how you know your body really gave up. So I never put my knee down on a push. Like, I came there with a mission. I knew I was there to do. And then they offered me a leadership position. I said, oh, I'm gonna get ranked up after boot camp? Hell yeah. I'm telling everybody what to do. I don't give a fuck how you look at me, like a snitch, however you want. We in the Navy now. All that street shit is out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm still me at the end of the day. Like, I'll never like switch up for nobody. Obviously, I gotta act a certain way, professionalism and stuff like that, but I'm always gonna be myself.
Mhm. So, you became, so they approached you with that. They approached you with that title to be.
Yeah, they see my leadership skills. Actually, I was RPOC at first, which is like really the leader of the whole division. But I became the enforcer because I was the leader, but I used to curse too much. So then they were like, nah, we can't have that going on. But everybody listens to you. So actually, the way it happened, I got fired. And then they hired the new RPOC, which is recruit petty officer in charge.
This is all in training, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
They hired the new guy, and he was like, everybody lock it up. Means like quiet up. And they was still talking. And I was already fired at this point, but I was like, hey, everybody lock it up. Then everybody quiet up. And I was like, hey, man, he's a new RPOC. Y'all gonna give him the same respect y'all gave me. Like, that shit is whack. And my RDC heard that from him. Like, he was like, yo, bro, come in. He's like, yo, you ain't have to do that, bro, but I respect that. Like, go back out there and tell everybody you MA now. And then I went out there, I said, hey, I'm MA now. Chief just said. And the MA at the time, so that means I just took his job. So he just got fucked out of a ranker. He was mad as shit. He's like, who told you that? Chief, I'm about to go ask him right now. Go ask him. I'm in charge. What, you got something to say? You know what I'm saying?
So then, you go through basic training and you graduated when?
In December.
In December. Okay. I remember watching you graduate, and I remember being on a road, and I was like, I think that's him. I was like, I think that's him.
Yeah, because I was a flag bearer too. Yeah. I had a flag.
And I got chills watching you go because I'm like, damn, bro, like that's my guy. Like, it's really cool to see you do that, man. So congratulations to you, man. You really flipped your life around. And like I said, a short span of time, like I think I've only known you for maybe 2 years, maybe going on 3 now. I don't know. Like,
nah, I think I knew you 4
we
years.
knew each other, but we weren't close.
Yeah. We really started getting closer, I would say, when I moved to Scranton, really.
Correct, yeah.
But I chilled with you a couple times. I think maybe like chilling. No, because I knew you in Mount Pocono. Because I remember your hats on the wall, and Oscar used to chill in your room.
Yeah.
Because I was going over to that crib. That's where we, like I was like, oh, I fuck with him. Like, he's cool. But we weren't like, yo, Kev, da-da-da.
Yeah.
But like, I was on that basis with Mario at that time. But then I realized, oh, Kev knows Josh, and Kev knows everybody. Oh, y'all went all to high school together. So it's like, and I was kind of blessed to like kind of find like a friend group like y'all, because most of the people in the Poconos that I like found, or like that they'll be like, oh, you from New York? Oh, yo, look at my guns. Like trying to act like all hood. Like, just because I'm from New York and I dress a certain way or I talk a certain way, like, I'm cool with gangsters. I'm cool with like lames or whatever you consider to be a lame, or I'm cool with all type of people. So you don't gotta try to be some you not to impress me. And when I met y'all, I just felt like it was so organic. We had a lot of things in common, sports, we were around the same age. I would say weed.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, no, we had a hustle mentality, bro. We're always working, bro. And I remember there was this one time in Scranton, when you were living in Scranton, I pulled up on you and I was just chilling, and you and I had a real conversation just about like, yo, dude, like I really I thank you for hitting me up and chatting to me. And like you had told me that you're like, yo, Kev, like you really do reach out and you hit me up, man, and I appreciate that and I respect that, bro. And I think at that moment, it was like solidification. I'm like, nah, like Camo's really the guy. He's a really good dude. So I'm grateful for the relationship that we have. And so you graduated, and now you're in the Navy. And I will say that you have traveled. It looks amazing. You're out in the open sea, bro. You're experiencing things that a majority of the people in this world will never experience a day in their lives. talk to me about your first voyage, if you would. How was that? You know, what did you what were you expecting, and what did you actually experience?
I would say my first underway, I didn't know what to really expect. They just kind of told me like how to pack. Um, it was hard because like you're not used to that. My first day, they're like, "Oh, take this seasickness pill. Is this your first underway?" And I'm on a DDG, which is a destroyer, so it's a smaller ship. So you feel every wave. There'll be times where we goddamn near walking on the wall because it's the tilt. You
That's
know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
dude.
Like it's crazy.
That's insane.
And then I'm working with engineers, so I'm in the engineering spaces, you know, roving, making sure nothing's catching on fire, taking readings, doing stuff like that. And you do that for like 8 hours a day, but it's split up into watches. So you might have a watch that's like 2 to 6 in the morning, and then you got from 2 p.m. to 6 in the afternoon. You do that twice a day for say my underwear was 30 days. So you get in this fucking routine and it just doesn't stop, and life just feels like it's on slow motion, bro. I swear to God. And then, the ship food, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it be good, sometimes it be edible, sometimes it's like, what the hell is that's mashed potatoes? You sure? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then sleeping in your rack, like the racks, like you got like not even a foot for so like if you one of those people that just wake up out of your sleep, like you hitting your head, you're gonna learn your lesson. Like, bro, I'm a side sleeper. So I can't like when I'm sleeping on my side, the bunk on top of me, I feel that shit on my arm. So that's another thing you got to get adjusted to. The showers, it's just bad. And then sometimes if a toilet gets like overflow or something and the ship rocking, the whole floor done got feces on it, and yeah, it be bad. But
That's bad.
yeah,
That's bad.
I salute everybody who done went through it, and especially the people who done did 20 plus years. Like sometimes I'll be like, I don't know how they do it. Like it's hard. But I would say, yeah, it's definitely beautiful. My favorite thing is at nighttime when the boat is not really moving, they just like floating, and you look at the stars in the middle of the sea. Like I'm talking about where you can't see land nowhere, bro. The star, like it's a different feeling, bro. Like it's like you feel like you one with the earth. Like it's cool. And I would say like, so depending on your job, you got different watches. So there's somebody that's always like on the flight deck sitting down, they rotate. And sometimes it'd be like 2 in the morning, nothing out there. And I heard sirens before, but they tell me they be seeing shit, UFOs,
Oh no.
all that type of stuff. And
New Jersey.
I'm not gonna get into it too much because I don't know if I could talk on that type of stuff. But
I hear
the ocean is a crazy place.
I don't doubt it, bro.
Yeah.
The ocean is a terrifying place. It really is, man. It really is. There's so much out there, and it's baffling. I did see on your Instagram that you had the pleasure of seeing dolphins riding along the side of the ship.
Yeah. I seen an all pink dolphin too.
What?
Yeah.
Camo as a dolphin? What?
That's funny as shit. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I thank you very much for joining me here on the Middleman Podcast, bro. I think your life is unique. You definitely went about and got it. You saw what you wanted and you went and you got it, man. We've covered where you came from, how fast life moved, and how fast it's continuing to move for you, bro. And I just want to say I'm happy for you, bro. I think you're a stand-up dude. You do great things, and you're gonna make it far. Whether it be the Navy in life or whatever, man. You're a family man. Your family appreciates you. The people around you love you. And before we get off the air here, man, I wanted to see if there's anything that you want to leave the people with.
Hey, man, just be sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Tune in to the Middleman Podcast. You feel me?
we're here. We're getting it done. I saluted with the wrong hand.
I just want to say thank you to the man behind the scenes, Mike, Mario, Abby. I couldn't do it without you. They drove me here.
And with that being said, everyone, I appreciate you all for tuning in for episode 124 of the Middleman Podcast featuring Mr. 222 Camo, the man, the myth, the legend, bro. And for the culture, one more time with the handshake for the boys. Gang shit. And with that being said, I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, signing out. Peace.